Where did the name come from?
Actually, it's from our original vocalist. Believe it or not, there was someone before Steve. His name was Bill. He's a pretty cool guy. Yeah, he just like basically wrote down this huge list of names, and then that's just the one we picked because it was different. I mean,
That's really it.
yeah, that's literally it.
You haven't heard this before?
He just wrote basically like a list of phrases, and then that's the one that we happen to choose.
Isn't it also like a quote from like?
Oh yeah.
From Chris Farley movie?
After the band was named, we were watching Black Sheep with Chris Farley, and he actually says it's safe I swear in it, so that's kind of funny.
I've never heard that story before. Like, not even kidding. It's cool.
How long have you guys known each other?
I've known Mike personally for 2 years. No, it's three. Going on 3 years, and we've known Casey just through being in bands for about a year and a half.
Yeah. Like when you guys were still in We Came From Nowhere, we played some shows together, so we got to know them just from our old lineup, and then playing with their old band We Came From Nowhere.
Best friends ever since.
That's our handshake.
How long have you guys worked on this album?
Oh goodness.
That's
Well,
my question.
Okay. Well, when we joined the band a year and a half ago,
Like July. It was in July of last
2
year.
Julys ago.
It was like July 3rd of last year.
Casey already had like 2 songs written, so I guess like that's when it started. But I wrote most of it last like a year ago, probably about a year ago, until this January, a year, a while ago. But ever since we joined the band, we've been writing since, slowly but surely.
What's been a major inspiration for the album?
You want to go down the line, or?
Well, I'll start if we're gonna go down the line.
I think you can do this for us.
Yeah,
You can answer the whole question.
Okay, I'd say it's mostly just life. Like this past 2 years has been like super like I don't know, just eye-opening growing up. Like I turned 18 when I started playing music, and I was like, okay, this is different. And now I'm 20, and it's I don't know. It's like I've grown up a lot, like learning a lot of things, and I'm still super scared about what I'm gonna do with my life. Like if I want to pursue music more or like do a different thing. But I'd say this album is pretty much just about like, it's okay to change, and like accepting change is a good thing, and like you can do whatever you want as long as you surround yourself with supportive people and people that love you. I'd say that's pretty much what this album is about.
How does the new music differ from your old material?
That's a Casey question.
The old material was it was really just like just straight, I would say, metalcore. This album really has other influences in it. Like you can hear a little bit of death metal influence. You can hear some deathcore influence. You can also hear like rock and indie influence with the more emotional parts of the album. Basically, it's not just metalcore anymore.
It's just kind of whatever emotions we were feeling when we wrote the song, kind of just came out in the song.
It's like a more mature version of the older metalcore style that we've had, I'd say.
It's heavier too.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song of the new music?
You go. We'll do a line.
That's tough. I would say my 2 favorite songs are Rotten Apple and Hopeless. Rotten Apple we already released on YouTube. You can hear Hopeless streaming right now. I really like the end of Hopeless because it's really raw. Steve's vocals are really raw, and it's even emotional through the instruments as well. And that part's just really fun to play.
I can probably narrow it down to like 3. I like Therapist a lot. I wrote that the day my dog died, so it's really angry. I like I don't know where I like, I don't know. Flooded Lungs is probably my dark horse. No one else really likes that in this band. We're not even playing it tonight. But I like it a lot. It has a really lot of, it's just kind of like, I threw every idea into one song at the end of writing the album, and it just has a lot of really cool and unique parts. You know, according to Sam Gordon, it sounds like Avenged Sevenfold, so that's cool.
That's cool. That's
I
actually
like
a good
Avenged
compliment.
Sevenfold. I'm okay with that.
That's actually a good compliment.
So I really like that one. It has cool parts in it. And then, I don't know. I like Sympathy a lot. It's hard to play on drums, so it's really fast. It's probably my top three. I can't decide.
I'd say like I don't really have a favorite.
Mirrors.
No, Mirrors might be in the middle. I don't know. They like if I could narrow it down, I'd say either Therapist or Sympathy. Just because Therapist is like a completely like curveball. Like it's just a huge curveball in the album. Like no one really expects it, and then like when it kicks in, it's like a straight kick in the teeth. And I love that about music. Like it's not what you expect from a band, but it happens. And then Sympathy, just because it like I recorded it when I was super sick and I had no voice, and you can hear it.
I made you do it though.
Yeah, you can hear how pissed off I was at Mike for making me record it, and you can just hear the emotion in my voice. And Dakota's spot on that song is absolutely amazing.
That's Dakota Johnson from Harrispex.
Yeah.
He did like a guest guitar solo at the end of Sympathy, and it turned out
the song
really well.
Yeah.
Kevin also does guest vocals on that
Yeah.
song, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's 2 guest spots on this song.
I just thought of a cool question. What's your least favorite song on the album?
Mirrors.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
It's in the middle, but it's your least favorite.
It's my least favorite.
Mine's the intro.
Really?
I don't like it.
Okay.
What's
I-
yours?
I can't really answer that. There's not a song that I don't like. There really isn't.
Mirrors or Flooded Lungs? Flooded Lungs
Really?
it grows on me, but
I like that song. Sorry I took your job. I just thought of a question.
Who are some musicians who affected your music career?
Want to start?
I'll start. Carl Schubach from Misery Signals is definitely my all-time favorite vocalist. And as far as bands go, Under Oath and Misery Signals and Since It's Fail, and just like really emotional bands that like make music for like the passion aspect of it is just what really like fuels me to keep going. It's just like if they can do it, I can do it. And it's like, yeah, I don't know, it gives me hope that people still care about passion other than just the way you look on stage.
I'm kind of weird. I don't really listen to metal that much. I like listening to like classic rock and just anything, just pretty much everything. So like my favorite drummer is John Bonham from Led Zeppelin, and he influences me a lot, just like with how raw he is. I mean, you can't really tell on the album, but like I guess with my feelings, it's how whatever. But when it comes to like metal, probably generic like Adam Gray, Matt Garner, or Oxford Trent, Texas Live. Those are my 2 favorite like living drummers right now.
A musician who really inspired me is actually my old guitar teacher, Ron Van Erman. He basically like taught me. He didn't just teach me guitar. He taught me like how fun music can be, and I really appreciated that. Prior to taking guitar lessons with him, I did like classical guitar lessons with music notation, and I didn't really like it. And then he actually made me like playing guitar. And as far as bands go, like metalcore bands that influenced me would be At the Throne of Judgment and As Blood Runs Black. Those are 2 of my really big influences band-wise.
Learning new stuff today.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
Probably from my dad. It's not his quote, but he taught me about it. Is don't give up, don't ever get up, don't ever give up. It's by Jimmy V, an old basketball coach, and he either was dying or died of cancer. I think he's dead. And like that's what he said on some emotional speech. And it really makes sense. Like if someone ever tells you you can't do it or you know, you're not going to do it. It doesn't matter. Like, as long as you want to do it, you shouldn't give up, you know. So that's mine.
You know, I have to think of something.
Mine's gonna be Steve.
Really?
He says, yeah.
Holy
He said,
shit.
You can be the change. So Steve says that you can do whatever you want to do as long as you just keep pushing and keep trying.
Holy fuck. That's awesome, dude.
So we're cursing now.
Sorry. It just surprised me.
That's pretty cool.
I'd say mine is from Anthony Green. Like, I saw him in Chicago, and he had like broken a rib on stage. And he was like, I was giving advice back before I ever started making music, and he's like, I think it was from like his dad or his grandpa, and he said, don't ever let anyone know like you're hurt. Don't ever let anyone know like what's truly going on. He's like, when you're on stage, you're performing, you're in the zone, and like, if something's wrong, don't let it show. It's like, if you mess up, just keep going. Like, don't let anything get to you. And I think that's what's stuck with me the most, like, throughout music, is like, you know, like, I'm up here doing what I love. Like, I don't care what anything else is going on. Like, this is my time, and this is what I'm gonna do. And that's
Respect.